Welcome back to the show. We got a great one lined up for you. XRP and the Holy Grail, and some questions still looming over crypto, and XRP and the stubborn $27. We got that and so much more. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on Twitter, YouTube, and digperspectives.com for exclusive content. Right now, $2.16 for XRP at the moment. We will get into it. Let's talk about this right quick. It's $3.46 trillion market cap for cryptocurrency. The market is off 4.5% in the last 24 hours. Look at this. Bitcoin, 95,400 plus right now, a pullback from over 100,000. Ethereum, 3,300 right now. Number 3 spot, Tether at 139 billion plus market cap, and we don't know how the U.S. government feels about it, but we know the EU feels about it. 4 days from now, they're going to delist it in the European Union because it doesn't come under compliance as an actual stablecoin. What will happen here in the U.S. remains to be seen. I'm telling you, if they do this in the U.S., you could see more downside here. XRP at the number 4 spot, $2.17. I'm about to buy the dip, just letting you know. We're off 4.9 on the 24 and off 8.8 on the 7-day, and that's good enough for me. I'm going to do a little to me, from me. Happy holidays, Bradley. Yeah, 216 on the bottom and 231 on the top. We're at the bottom range here. We have a chart that you will like to see today, and I think it'll make you feel better. One thing's for sure, you have to have a strong constitution to be in this space. If you're going to get those massive gains, you got to be able to stomach those massive declines, and that's exactly what we're witnessing, that back and forth. However, there's turmoil, but there's good news for XRP because we're still over $2, baby. And I'm telling you, I haven't in my lifetime, as far as XRP is concerned, seen $2 plus this long for XRP. Looking at this, this is linked to the best home for private equity in the world. And I want to remind all of you, with Bitcoin plus 90,000, Ethereum over 3,000, and XRP well over $2 right here. Ask yourself, what does your portfolio look like? Because you may be walking around every day and not even realizing that you're an accredited investor now. Make sure you click the link below to get started. This is the best home for private equity in the world. Write it down. No question about it. And I tell you, the best products from every emerging industry you could ever want access to. Click the link below and find out and get started. It is so fun to do. Well, here's Michael Saylor here. Oh, boy. I just want you to listen to the clip first.
I don't know what the purpose of it.
This is Senator Gillibrand, and here's her starting this clip off. Let me get the volume right here. Here we go.
I don't know what the purpose of a Bitcoin central reserve is, and I haven't seen the details of why that's important.
Bitcoin is emerging as the world's reserve capital network. People are realizing that Bitcoin is better than real estate. It's better than stocks. There's not a single company or real estate property that you would rather own for the long term than Bitcoin. So the very simple idea is buy 20 or 25% of the Bitcoin network on behalf of the U.S. government, catalyze the development of that world reserve capital network, and then let all the Chinese and the Russians and the foreigners sell all their other assets and buy Bitcoin, and then the money flows into the United States. If you want to put a great twist on it, dump your gold, sell all the U.S. gold, buy Bitcoin, then the trade is free because you could buy 5 million Bitcoin for the cost of the gold. You will demonetize the entire gold asset class, and our enemies hold gold in their banks, so their assets would go to zero. Our assets would go to $100 trillion, and we would control the world's reserve capital network as well as the world's reserve currency network.
Sounds simple, doesn't it? Except for the fact that Michael Saylor doesn't want you to know who Satoshi is. And he knows who it is. And so does Scottie Pippen. And so does the Department of Homeland Security. It's a ruse, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I have a very significant position in Bitcoin, and you guys know that. and I'm not saying this out of Maxi Talk, I'm saying this that you got to look at the pros and cons in investments. And you need to know for a fact, Michael Saylor was the biggest loser in the dot-com bubble, lost $13 billion. Ask him about it when you see him. And this is the guy telling you should be all eggs in one basket. I love XRP. I'm not all eggs in one basket. I'm split, right? I'm not giving financial advice, but it sounds a lot like he is. But here's what I could tell you is that, first of all, there's a huge difference between God's money and software code of 4 people that Michael Saylor doesn't want you to know who they are. Now, is it a government psyop? Feels like it to me. But which government psyop is it? China's? The USA? North Korea? Is that why Michael Saylor doesn't want us to know? I'm not saying that Bitcoin doesn't have value. It obviously does. But what I'm saying is this kind of nonsense talk from Michael Saylor here is absolute nonsense. All I'll say is this. Tell us who Satoshi is. And if Bitcoin's still just as great afterwards, we're all good here, right? But you got to tell us who Satoshi is, because they didn't find this in the ground. It's software code and someone made it. And it is very suspect that Michael Saylor doesn't want the rest of us to know what Department of Homeland Security already does. Why does he get to know? Right? Ask yourself these questions. Predictions here, Cointelegraph, stablecoin predictions for 2025. What's next for the $200 billion market? Shout out to Black Swan Capitalists for that. Well, let's get into it, because here's the article. And what they're expecting here, the next stop for stablecoins is $300 billion, ladies and gentlemen. We know that the stablecoins have seen massive success, and I think all of us have come to realize that stablecoins are the killer use case for crypto. Right? With 2025 fastly approaching, Cointelegraph has rounded up an industry forecast and predictions on key stablecoin trends to the next year. Multiple industry executives and founders told Cointelegraph that Tether's USDT and Circle's USDC, the 2 largest stablecoins by market cap, will likely retain their dominance in 2025. Guy Young, founder of decentralized stablecoin protocol Ethena, predicted USDT will continue to be the largest stablecoin next year, and that the total stablecoin market cap will rise to $300 billion, adding another $100 billion. I don't know how Tether keeps that market cap if they're going to push it out of the US the way they're getting ready to delist it in the EU. It's going to get interesting. He goes on to say here, fiat-backed stablecoins like USDC are likely to retain their dominance to establish credibility, but that credibility is being chipped away at by Tether and by the EU. Liquidity and broad ecosystem of users, businesses depend on it. It does mention here, Coinbase co-operator USDC said in 2025 outlook, the stablecoins are just getting started, as some analysts project the tokens could grow into a $3 trillion market over the next 5 years, which is the current size of the entire crypto market today. Stablecoin payments, Visa expects stablecoin card demand to spike. And we also know that we've seen the launch. Crypto's platform Uphold CEO Simon McLaughlin is also optimistic about growing payment adoption in the coming year, talking about 2025 will be the year stablecoins go mainstream as the vehicle for international payments. He highlighted new stablecoins targeting cross-border settlements such as Ripple Labs' Real USD, which started trading this month. I'm telling you, this is the real killer use case for crypto right here. And the fact that Ripple knows it, and they've launched a highly regulated, compliant stablecoin that has never been used for illicit activity and is going to start off being used by institutions and enterprise-facing companies that are KYC'd, right? Here's a breakdown you need to know about here. Smoke Dog at it again. Give him a follow. Remember, the Bank of International Settlements confirmed that Tether is the only fiat-backed stablecoin with unknown reserves. And here it is. See that little line right there? Tether. None of the others have that. Just this one. These are different. These are crypto-backed and commodity-backed. But the fiat-backed, the only one that has that bar right there, which means unknown. You think that's going to be the standard for the world's money? Unknown? Knowing full well that the rest of the world doesn't like using the paper dollar we have now because there isn't enough backing behind the actual paper dollar? So now we're just going to accept a digital dollar that doesn't have the backing? I don't think so. Not at my house, at least. And we know this from James Wallace. This is James Wallace telling everybody that central banks are joining forces with XRP to make central bank digital currencies cross borders effortlessly. And they're using stable coins as well. Listen to a quick clip.
Hold
on.
Currencies, in terms of native cryptos like XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, they're not all the same, right? They're not all created equal. I think what's becoming much more popular in the industry now is more sustainable technologies. So the XRP Ledger and XRP is, there's no mining or proof of work or proof of stake involved. So the computational cost of validating transactions is almost zero, right? Very, very low cost and very stable in terms of pricing. Stable coins, again, not all created equal. You have a massive range from the algorithmic type stable coins. We all know the Terra story from a few weeks ago. And then now what we're seeing emerging is stable coins being issued by regulated entities. So I can't give you the names yet, but there's two projects we're working on, one in the UK and one in the US, working with banks that are regulated who will be issuing stable coins, and the reserves will likely to be held at a central bank in a central bank account. So
we have to ask ourselves, the real USD, is it being backed by the Federal Reserve? Right? They said they're working with central banks in the US and the EU. Societe Generale launching a stablecoin ERU, CV, or VC off of the XRP Ledger. Is that the other large bank? This is remarkable where we're going. Remember, the stable coins and central bank digital currencies of the world and other tokenized real-world assets are the true native tokens for the XRP Ledger. XRP is just the gas for them to get around and settle, and a bridge, when applicable, to make a more sensible settlement. Ripple has dropped a game changer in Singapore as the real USD, the US-backed stablecoin, is now live on Independent Reserve, a regulated crypto exchange in Singapore. Faster, cheaper cross-border transfer here. Real USD taps into both XRP Ledger and Ethereum for insane liquidity flow. Stablecoins are booming. Is the real USD about to lead the charge? From Bitcoin News. Are you ready for the next wave of global transactions? Absolutely. What do these vehicles really mean on the Ethereum network and the XRP Ledger? Utility. Utility, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to this right here. Because the real Holy Grail is being able to stake your XRP and earn a yield off of that.
We were talking about with staking your Bitcoin. For those of you who missed it, there are protocols being created. You to put your Bitcoin onto Ethereum or some other chain, and you get paid out like for doing absolutely nothing. I think, and I'm certain someone must be working on this. If XRP ever creates some kind of like a staking mechanism, if you are able to stake your XRP on chain and you get paid out in their stable coin, it is game over for about 75% of the rest of the market. There's a reason why Cardano and Ethereum continue to do very well. If there's any kind of XRP staking, it is over.
Well, he's right. First of all, you can put your XRP in an automated market maker. We've gone over that in the DPMG and shown people how to do it. It's very simple to do, by the way. It is so elementary to do, you wouldn't believe it. And you can join the DPMG and find out how to do it. We have the courses. But here's why I don't do it en masse right now. Because the price isn't where I want it. And the markets slosh around too much. And I don't want the impermanent loss to offset my 50-50 split too much, too often inside of the AMM at this point. And the returns aren't where I really want them to be. So where I'm waiting for is a very high priced XRP and then find a very reputable place, preferably with insurance, to be able to stake my XRP and earn a yield. And guess what? It's already happening. That's what Elijah's doing. How does the XRP Ledger T-bills work? That's right, U.S. Treasury bills. Elijah is out of South Korea, I believe. Here's the 5-step process. XRP deposit. Participants deposit XRP into the LFI pool. 2. XRP lockup. Deposited XRP is security locked in an infinite block wallet. 3. Stablecoin loan. Locked XRP is used as collateral to borrow stablecoins. 4. T-bill participation. Stablecoin fund T-bills generating reliable returns. 5. Profit sharing at maturity. Principal plus T-bill profits are distributed to the participants. And you still own your XRP. You get it? I do. Now imagine receiving all of that, turned around, cash back out into RLUSD, because I sure in hell don't want Tether if there's going to be a problem with it. Then we move to this. There's another thing happening at the same time. It's the real world asset tokenization of the entire financial markets. Everything from banknotes to government bonds, which you just saw, corporate bonds, commodities, and derivatives. We're talking about an enormous, enormous size of markets. Quadrillion plus. And to the point, if we were to capture 1/10 of that, we could see $100 XRP, because 10 trillion, I believe, is actually 1/10, not 1%. 100 trillion would be 1% of 1 quadrillion, because 1,000 trillion is a quadrillion. So there you have it. Now, look at this. This is where we currently are. We are close, says Crypto Bull. XRP about to go higher in this range as we squeeze down to this wedge here. This is on the daily. Look at this from Egrad Crypto. This is some healthy macro information here. As long as we're ranging between $2 and $2.65, everything is noise. If we break below it, we got a conversation. We need to talk about it. We get above 265 and the fireworks will ignite. The upper targets will again be in play. And that is why I'm here for that stubborn $27 that we're waiting for. Because I believe there is still some amazing fundamental news in front of all of us that will set XRP free. And largely, it will begin the use of stablecoins inside the financial system, and that will take legislation to free them to do so. And I can't wait. And I'm here for it, however it goes. It's not financial advice from me or anyone else. It's just my digital perspectives. We're going into the freedom zone. We've talked about the Fed, how it was created. And we've got something for you today that you're going to love. I hope you will join us. Digperspectives.com. Click the Freedom Zone. Come on in for next to nothing. It's a great way to support the channel, and we're super grateful for each and every one of you. And even if you don't, please hit the like and subscribe and share with somebody you know. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. We're going in right now. Come on in. All right.